So let's welcome Fielding, who will teach us how to use this book. Fielding?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First, I want to start by saying I'm very happy to be here today, and it's such a pleasure to be with you guys celebrating the creation of this beautiful book, this beautiful thing that we've come up with. Okay. So over the years, we have been asking ourselves a question at Cosmos. What can we do? What can we do to make learning truly magical? I mean, like, we've been doing books for years now, and every book you see out there, of course there are some innovations out there sometimes, but we really wanted to make something that can make people imagine what education can really look like in the future. So our answer for this question was to make a book that can talk, a book that can move, and a book that will come to life. Now, it sounds like I'm like talking sci-fi. I mean, like, what do you even mean by a book that can come to life? What is all that? Well, just stay calm, and I'll take you through the adventure of the Cosmic Holidays experience. So, what is the Cosmic Holiday experience? Now, Cosmic Holidays, you've heard a lot about the books, and you've seen the books. I'm doing the onboarding period, and also Mr. King actually talked about the books. And this book is it comes with a lot of additional features that separate it from any book you've ever seen before. I mean, there have been books with QR codes, there have been books with augmented reality, but never have you ever seen a book that all these things like come into one to make something very spectacular. It has engaging comic stories that you can that goes from class 1 to class 6, series to CMN, and is made for both the francophone and the anglophone subsystem. And these stories are made for the kids to engage with the characters in the book and go with the characters as they go to the next class. It has games and activities. It has video contents to expand on some topics in the book. I mean, of course, we didn't just want to make like a reader like what we have been doing before. It's an activity book, a book that children are going to have fun with. So we made it in a way that is playful, in a way that they can scan and they can see more content, that they don't have to be forced to like read all those things, but they can see it in a fun way that they will be really attracted to. So, and most importantly, the interactivity part of the book is very interactive. Now we're going to go into the future of the book, like what makes this book like different from others. And the comic style narrative to each class level. There's comic in every chapter of the book, and each book has comics that start from the beginning to the end, following the characters Nana and Nika, and the Blue Star and Cosmic, through that holiday at that period. Activity and reinforce school learning. This book has a lot of activity that reinforces school learning for your child. Now it has QR codes. QR codes that, of course, link to additional features of the book, like videos. It can link to videos, and for the videos, we have different type of videos. We have animated comics for animated comics for your kids to actually see the characters, how they're moving, how they talk, to like engage with the characters. We have audio stories. There are stories in the book, but we didn't just want to make a thing that the child is just going to read. We wanted to like extend on that experience, an experience where the child will actually listen to the audio story and feel like he or she is in that experience, is in that story with the characters. It has augmented reality. This is one thing that like when we say augmented reality, you always say, it's high tech, it's too much high tech. But really, Augmented reality was really important here in a way that the child can actually see objects and characters come to life. Not only seeing 2D pictures, but actually bringing forth those characters, bringing forth those objects to life. Now, with all this, I'm just talking, but all comes to a demonstration. You're really going to see like how everything is going to look like. Now, multilingual versions for both English and French learning. Of course, we don't only want to, Cameroon is a bilingual country, so we wanted to do something that it's not only going to be for one part of Cameroon, but for all part of Cameroon, bringing Cameroon together with education. So that's why we opted to do a book, even though it was too much work, really, having to do for both languages. But we did a book that is for the Anglophone and the Francophone subsystem of Cameroon, from class 1 to class 6, from SIL to CMD. Easy to use format. No teacher or no parents are required. I mean, like, I'm not a parent myself, but like I say, yeah, not yet, not yet. But like I say, like you learn from the experiences of others, right? And I have the fun with parents, and I know it's not really easy, like having to deal with work and other things in your life, then having to make sure your kid has like the best education and everything they need. So just imagine being a parent and you don't even have to worry about that. You know that just getting the book for your child is actually going to be able to like learn by themselves without any assistance from the parent, without any assistance from any teacher. And of course, the content is age appropriate and it's safe and it's also for offline use. We have added all these things in the book, but it's not like, okay, if you don't have internet, because we know there are people in places where there's not really that good internet. So if you don't have internet, it does not block your experience. It does not like stop you from experiencing this book. It does not stop you from experiencing it. This book is very content rich in a way that without internet connection, even without accessing all the cool AI and cool code stuff, all the cool videos and all stuff, you can still enjoy the book. You can still enjoy the book. But I'm saying you, but the kids actually. But you can still enjoy the book if you want. So yeah, so the kid can still enjoy the book and actually like because it comes with games that do not require you to connect to the internet. It comes with other additional features, a lot of things. Now, interactivity and its importance. Why was it important for us to make it interactive? Now, we made part of the books interactive using certain criteria. But we didn't want to just go and do everything interactive because we are doing an interactive book, because we are doing something book. So we use certain criteria to make these books interactive. Narrative significance, first of all. Now, since that children love or find impactful, we're choosing for animation or AR. Now we look for scenes that parts of the book that we know that the kids can actually get some emotional value from there or learn something from, and we choose that to extend on the experience for the child. Like for the child to like, okay, like really not just read. I mean, most people don't even read, but kids like I know reading is boring sometimes. But if they're able to see that section where like maybe it's something that is difficult for them to understand, we added QR codes there to link them to YouTube videos in a way that they can actually experience that content in a fun way. It does not block them from learning that topic because they don't like the medium or they are not yet familiar with the medium, but also it takes them to another way where they are more familiar with them that is going to be very understandable for them. Now, educational values. Section of the books tied to learning objective are supported by audio-visual content and to aid comprehension. Like for example, when we talk about the audio stories, we had to make that audio stories because there are stories in the book, but we had to make that those audio stories in a way that like it can help the comprehension of the child. Engagement potential. Now, part that benefit from movement or voice, such as the comic scenes and audio stories, were brought to life. Yeah, those had to be brought to life for the children to actually get engaged with those things. Now, why does it matter? Why does it matter for us to like do all these things, to add all this technology into one small book? Why? Now, first of all, one of the benefits of doing all this is to increase motivation to learn. During the holidays, our kids just like they say it's a playtime. They just start playing and all that. But I say our kids, but yeah, I'm not pregnant anyway. But yeah, so they sort of say like it's a playtime. It's a time for them to like to play and all that. But what if you have a book that is not just a book that they will feel like bored to read or they will feel like bored to actually open, but a book that okay they can say okay it's holidays and we feel like playing, but this book is fun. Why don't I just try this book? You know, all these characters, Nana, Nika, Blue Star, it's kind of like a funny, cute character. So why don't I try this book? So it will increase motivation to learn for the kids to actually open a book to learn. To foster independent learning, yeah, for the kids to like again to for that for by themselves without you having to like force the child go and read your book, go and read your book. But for the kids for themselves to like, okay, mama, I want to solve some exercises on cosmic holidays. The kid by themselves can come up with that. Now to reinforce concept through multisensory inputs. First of all, taking for myself, I take myself as an example for this, and I really loved working on this project because I'm more of a visual learner, and we know like there are different ways to learn. There are different ways to learn, and in most educational systems, in most schools, actually, they don't really take into account all those different ways to learn. So with the Cosmic Holiday books, we actually added a lot of other things in a way that a child will not feel bored by one part of learning, but it can also like learn in another way. Now, keep learning engaging beyond the classroom. Yes, again, like for the child to like beyond the classroom, you'll not just sit at home, but you'll be able to continue to learn. Now, I would like to call on someone. We are in the fun part of the book. Sarah Bodofia, Ms. Sarah Bodofia, emotion designer at Cosmos, and one of the very valuable members to our team for the live demonstrations. Okay. All right. So, I've talked about all these features in the book. I've talked about everything like the book does and all that. But now I want you to like come with me on an adventure. Let's see like how easy it is. How easy it is for a child to really like access all these contents in the book. First of all, open the camera, please. I'm sure like you've seen the book before. Most of you have the book already. On the first page of the book, we have the guides on how to access the interactive activities. Now, this is brought to you by Cosmos Learning, our new digital department at Cosmos. Yeah, this is brought to you by Cosmos Learning. It goes through like very simple steps on how first to get AR Looper, which is the software we use for the augmented reality. Then from there, it goes through the QR code, the different QR codes and the colors, because we wanted to make it like easy for the kids to see what they're accessing. So we put colors per the code. You have the blue for the animated comics. We have the purple for the audio stories, and we have yellow for additional YouTube content that were added to extend on certain topics. And also you can see that you have to look for an image with the word frame for the AR looper. So, okay, we go to the first QR codes. The English. All right. So first, we're going to look at how to use use the QR codes to access the animated comics. every chapter of the book, every first chapter of the book has a QR code on it. And if you see on each chapter of the book, there's a comic story, and those comic stories actually like goes through the book, like follow these are characters to an adventure. So you can scan, you can open so. So doing this is going to take you guys to a landing page first of all, so you know it's safe for the kids to watch. This is a Cosmos learning page. Scroll up to the
Since we all have the books, I would like you to follow alongside Fieldin. While he's doing it, you can do it on your own books too.
All right. So with this, you can play the video distribution. You can either just click here to play the video for that particular class.
It's the first day of the holidays. Nika has invited
Again, this is a video that's a fun for the kids to watch. A video that the kids can actually see the characters like come to life, and the images in the book, the comic scenes in the book are actually animated, not only stills.
At Nana's house in Bafoussam.
Okay. So let's now with that you can actually do this, or you can click on the watch more to go to a playlist where you have all the videos of all the books. So if a child wants to just go show the playlist, if the child wants to just see like other videos on how the story is moving on, like they can just easily click and move forward. Okay, moving on. Second, we'll go to the audio stories. Again, these are stories in the book, but we didn't want to just make stories that the child is just going to read. We wanted to make a story that a child can actually feel like he or she is in that story. So we made it animated in a way that a child, on reading the story, you can actually, or listening to the story, you can actually relate to what's going on in that story. So I'm just going to let this one play so you like see.
Le petit Ahemkwe était orphelin. Il était bien seul, même son cousin Osogo l'avait abandonné. Dès qu'Ahemkwe tentait de l'approcher, il le fuyait. Voici qu'un soir, tard dans la nuit, notre petit orphelin surprit une conversation entre la mère d'Osogo et son fils. Demain, lui disait-elle, au premier champ de la perdrix, tu iras te percher au sommet de cet arbre fétiche et tu crieras à tue-tête « Ok, 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 ok ». Tout le monde saura alors que c'est toi, le chef de la troupe. Bien avant l'aube, le lendemain, au premier champ de la perdrix, alors qu'Osogo et tous les autres singes dormaient à point fermé, Ahemkwe courut au sommet de l'arbre fétiche et se mit à hurler à plein gosier « Ok, 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 ok ». Tous les singes se réveillèrent en sursaut et acclamèrent le nouveau chef de la troupe, Ahemkwe. Voilà comment le malin petit singe profita des conseils de la mère d'Osogo. Et voilà pourquoi nos ancêtres nous ont transmis ce proverbe. Celui-là seul mangera, qui se réveille tôt au premier champ de la perdrix.
All right. Thank you. And thank you to the great team in Cosmos for making this possible. Yeah, so you can just imagine, just by looking at this, you can imagine, put yourself in the shoe of a child and imagine how this is going to like change education, change the way that child will even think of education as a whole. You can just imagine, if I had this when I was back in school, like primary school and all that, well, I don't know, I can just... yeah. I don't even know what I'm going to do there. So that's just like what, and the yellow QR code, like I say, like extends on the topic. So you have the books and all that. You can actually scan it yourself and experience this with us. Just one more QR code. QR code. Okay, so now we'll go to experience augmented reality. Let's open. It's okay, don't worry about that. Just focus. Now, once it's open, what you have to do is you click on the marker scanner. It's going to open your camera, and it's very simple. You just point your camera to the image. Alright. You can put it on any object.
Let's look
You
at the
can
science
walk
of rain
around.
and how raindrops form. First, we'll need the sun.
You can walk around to explore that object, to see different parts of that object. That's why it's an explainer video that explains what's going on.
And the further you move up and away from the Earth's surface, the colder the temperature gets.
Thank you, Saga. Okay, so that's what we have for you today. So on the interactive part, and we are not yet done. Like in the book, there are a lot of things that were not touched. There are games in the book, like I said. There are puzzles in the book, like I said. I mean, a lot of activities in the book that your child can really enjoy from. And also, one more thing. I don't know, like I don't really have time.
You can talk about the book all day.
All right. All right. There's just one more thing I want to like show. The thing is, on expanding on a goal, right, to make education more fun for the kids. We don't always we didn't only like choose to give the child a book, something that they were just going to see do, or a video that they're just going to watch. But we also have characters in the book that the children can relate to and go with. Because these characters, Nana and Nika, they go throughout the book from class 1 to class 6. You actually see them as they grow. And imagine being a child and all those years of your primary schools, you are going to be these characters, actually going with them, relating to them, and all that. And also, we plan on doing some toys, so the children can also like not only do activities in the book, but actually like something that a paper toy that they can assemble by themselves, not only adding to the activities, but also bringing out that creativity. And for one more thing, something that is in production right now, we are also developing some toys for the kids. Like toys that like the children, or toys that the children can play with, you can buy your kid a toy, a doll and all, that they can actually go with and say, Mama, that's Blue Star from the Cosmic Holiday books, and something they can relate with. So that's Blue Star, and that's it. We have the Cosmic Toy. So once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for having me today. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you today. And let's continue to reimagine what learning can be for every child everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. That was beautiful. Can we give another round of applause for Phil? I bet if I had these books when I was in class 1 to 5, I would have never been an average student. Never ever. So thank you for making considerable strides, Fielding, and for distinguishing yourselves. Youth at Cosmos are distinguishing themselves by creating things like this, which you can identify with. Things that can make you love reading and grow while reading, studying, and playing at the same time. Cosmos has been producing books in Cameroon for 43 years or so. And this is a social gesture. Cosmos is putting this book at the disposal of parents, teachers, schools for less than $10. Less than $10. If you go behind the book, you will see the price.